predictions for next season, and it's hard to make the predictions when you don't know who our creator is going to be, but we're going to make a stab at it. And the first predictions that we're going to make is the cup competitions and how we think Spurs are going to do in the Super Cup, the Premier League, the League Cup, the FA Cup, and the Champions League. And I want you guys in the comments to predict along with us as well. And the Super Cup prediction, PSG, Wednesday night, 13th of August. Are we going to beat them?
Hell no. Yeah, no chance. No chance. We ain't beating PSG, people. If this game against Bayern was any sort of litmus test about what to expect, yeah, we ain't beating PSG, people. I think PSG are going to run rings around us. What was so more concerning in the Bayern game wasn't how uncreative we were.
How open we were.
It wasn't even how open we were. It was how easily Bayern played through our press. And that is the main thing we've been working on off the ball to try and hurt the opposition. And if they can play through our pressing that easily, I think PSG will have no problem.
PSG are literally the best team on the ball in Europe right now. They are an unbelievable team. And I just can't see, with the way that we played on Wednesday night, with pretty much our strongest 11 out there, which, you know, you can argue the left wing all you want, and that's fair enough. But apart from that, it was pretty much our strongest 11 out on the pitch that we've got available. So if we go with that sort of team and we have that sort of application, it could be double figures. That's how bad it could be. Premier League. This is our Premier League prediction. Sim has gone for 7th. Sim's gone for a Conference League special. And I've gone for 6th.
Maybe Europa League if certain things go away, right? Yeah. But yeah, I think this is just obviously at the current time of recording with where we are with the squad. I do think that 5th place is up for grabs, 100%. I do think we get our act together. That 5th place is gettable because but with United moving the way they are at the moment, and they've got no European football, so they've got one game a week. That's going to really play into their hands. Villa have now just signed, starting to get some signings in through the door. Newcastle in a bit of disarray. But I'm looking at that situation, and I think, I do think there'll improvement. I'm hoping we get some signings. But, look, when we signed Gibbs White and Kudus in it down, I was thinking, okay, we can really make a push for that 5th. But it's all fallen apart. Madison's now gone down as well. So we're not going to be having him for the rest of the season. So that's a massive, massive blow. I think, at the moment, I'm thinking 7th.
Yeah, I went 6th because, again, like you, I do think that 5th place is up for grabs. I do think Man United are making themselves favourites for that 5th now with the signings that they've made, with the potential signings that they're looking at. However, Spurs are just not looking like they're anywhere close to ready to the season. However, Newcastle don't look anywhere close ready to the season. I don't think Villa do either, to be honest. So it's hard to see who is going to take that 6th, 7th and 8th spot. So I think Spurs will be in and around there. And I'm just banking on the fact that Spurs get a few signings, probably more delusion than anything else. But I'm banking on the fact that Spurs get some top signings in from now until the end of the window. We get a creator that can make an impact straight from the off. And I do think it's anyone's spot there for the taking. I do feel like Man United will probably finish 5th with what they're doing right now. So I think 6th, 7th, 8th is going to be Spurs, Newcastle, Villa. And I'm banking on the fact that we're going to finish the top out of those 3. So I'm going for 6th. League Cup. Sim is going for Spurs to get knocked out in the quarterfinals of the Carabao. And I've gone for us to lift a trophy.
You've said winners in the League Cup, I think. We've won it 3 years in a row, according to Ben in his predictions, I think. For me, I just think I think first half of the season we're not going to be ready to win a cup like that, in my opinion. So I think maybe quarterfinals, maybe a kind draw up until then, but I think a better team will beat us. But yeah, I've got more hope for the later cups, but I think League Cup's going to come too soon for us.
Carabao's got our name on it this year, guys. It's got our names. We're going to Wembley in February, March. We're going to take home the trophy. This is what we do now, Europa League, the Herbology Trophy, whatever it's called, and now the Carabao Cup. Spurs are going to bring it home. And 6th and winners of the Carabao, I'll take that right now. FA Cup, what are we thinking? Sim's going for runners-up in the FA Cup. I'm going for a 5th round exit. So I'm going to go for like a hard draw, like an early hard draw, I reckon, and we'll just get beat.
I think if we can get through a couple of the early rounds, maybe a couple of Tamworths, I think we'll probably be out of the Champions League come, March time. No spoilers. But I think at that point, we'll only have the FA Cup and, the league to focus on. And I think Frank will be getting his act together. Maybe a signing or two in January. We'll have to wait and see. And I think by then...
signings in the bloody summer first.
Yeah, I know. But I think by then, we might be a much better, more equipped outfit. And I think we're going to go far in this FA Cup. I can see us getting to the final. But I think one of Liverpool, Chelsea or City probably beat us in the final.
I feel like as well, with the League Cup, it could revert a little bit to teams playing weakened side in the League Cup. I know you see teams in previous years going quite strong for it, like Man City. But I feel like with the increased amount of football, with more games in European competition, I just feel like the bigger teams might take their foot off the gas a little bit in the League Cup.
A bit like us.
Well,
we might.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have the players to take our foot off the gas, but I feel like Spurs might go for it. So anyway, 5th round of the FA Cup. I just feel like we're going to get a tough draw, probably like we usually do. But the FA Cup is the one I really want this year. I really do. If we can go win the FA Cup this year, that's something that we haven't won since 1991. It used to be our trophy, man. It used to be ours. We used to hold the record for it, and we haven't won it since.
Haven't got to a final since 91.
No. And you've got us getting to the final.
And losing.
Champions League is the last one. I still can't believe we're actually in the Champions League, which is just crazy to think about. But we've gone for the same prediction here, round of 16. I mean, I can see us getting out the groups because, I mean, it's probably harder to miss out than actually to get through. You've got to finish in, the top 24 or something?
Top 24 to get, obviously, 1 to 8 automatic to the round of 16. And then from 9 to 24, you get into a playoff. Yeah.
So I can see us finishing outside the top 8, getting through, just about sneaking through into the last 16 of who we play out of the other teams that finish outside the top 8. And then we'll probably get a tough draw from one of the teams that finish in the top 8 and we'll go out.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I think we'll win that. We'll get into the playoffs. We'll win a playoff. Hopefully, a decent draw, win a playoff, and then we'll lose in the round of 16.
It's mad, though, the majority of teams that we played in the Europa League last year are actually in this year's Champions League.
So maybe we'll face a few. Maybe it wasn't so tough to win the Europa League like everyone said.
If we face Rangers in the Champions League, Mikey Moore can play against us.
That would be quite interesting.
He probably scores against us as well,
sure.
doesn't he?
He probably scores a hat-trick, knocks us out. But yeah, I think I'll be shocked if we get past round of 16. Maybe a quarterfinal if we're lucky.
Quarterfinal would be a brilliant return with the state that we're at this moment in time. So these are our predictions. Runners up in the Super Cup. Sim's gone for 7th in the Premier League. I've gone for 6th. League Cup, Sim's gone for quarters. I've gone for the trophy. And Sim's gone for runners up in the FA Cup. I've gone for 5th round in the FA Cup. And we've both gone for round of 16 in the Champions League. Let us know your predictions in the comments section below. We do have some more predictions to bring to